Hey, good morning, good afternoon. Probably for some of you it might also be night. So why are you seeing me again? Well, basically that's your fault because I asked you whether it would make sense to have a YouTube channel and tell you a little bit about myself, but also some recipes and something more about sports. And you guys voted yes, so I'm really sorry, but this is what you get. I thought maybe it's good because, basically today I'm cooking. Well, I'm baking actually, so I wanted to take you along. I'm making some banana bread, but for those extreme fit girls and fit boys, better not watch it because I make my banana bread with sugar. I know sugar is like not on, but I like it with sugar, and I think every now and then everyone deserves a treat. So I'm going to explain you the recipe. I'm first going to show you what's in there, and then I'll take you along the journey. So I hope you enjoy it, and please let me know in the comments what you think of it. And if you have any questions, just send me a message and I'll try to get back to you. So first of all, banana bread. Well, obviously there are bananas in it. Not that many bananas, as you can see. We'll get to 600 grams, but I just wanted you to be sure that there are real bananas in there. Then, second ingredient, I told you, sugar, the bad, the evil. Well, it's still in there. I'm really sorry, about 125 grams. And then, probably less evil, but still, according to, a lot of people, very bad. It's butter, also 125 grams. Then there is a little package of baking soda, 250 grams of flour, the ones that makes your cake fluffy, so not the normal one, and one egg. Well, at least the egg has some protein, so that's healthy, right? So what I'll do now is I'll take all those ingredients, but I'll first get to my bananas and I'll come back to you whenever I get my bananas down to 600 grams. So now I've gotten to about 600 grams of banana. Obviously you can't use it like this in your banana bread. So use a fork or use this thing. Dutch people obviously have this because it's used to make stamppot in winter. But use this or a fork and try to make it in really small pieces so that's almost creamy. So this will take some time. Take your time for it. It's probably also a good exercise. I don't know. If you want to do something and find a reason on why you're actually eating butter and sugar, then maybe you can say I did bananas as well. It took me quite some effort. So I'll get back to you whenever I get this thing finished because I will also take my time for it. So I'm done now with the banana. So this is what you get. It still has some pieces. Once you put it in the oven, it will go away and it will taste delicious. Next step is to take the baking soda and to put it in flour. This is the easiest step, but it's also the step that I forget most often. I've had it a couple of times that my banana bread was in the oven and I forgot the baking soda and the result is not that good. So just quickly mix it. And then the next one is an interesting one because you're going to add the flour to your banana. I would not recommend putting it all at once in the banana, just because it makes it really difficult to mix it. And because I use a fork to mix it. So I just do it gradually. And then I just take my fork and mix it well. So now I get this as a result. And my next step is to add sugar with the butter. You can do that all at once. You're strong. Just make sure that your butter is already, it's not straight out of the fridge. Because otherwise you'll probably have a hard time with this step to mix it. If it's already a bit soft, it makes it a lot easier. And this is probably the unhealthiest thing ever, but it's so good. Trust me, you'll be happy you did this. And then basically once you have the sugar and the butter mixed nicely, you don't eat it. Just remember, don't eat it yet. It's tempting, but don't. Add the egg. And mix it again. So basically this recipe is definitely dummy proof. You don't need a lot of tools for it. The only thing is just try not to forget some of the ingredients. So I told you I once forgot my baking soda. I also once forgot to buy butter. And then everyone sent me recipes without butter, which I tried, but like honestly, if I want to treat myself, I would still go back to the one with butter. So once this looks nice, you add it to the banana and you start mixing it. So to make it even more exciting, I actually forgot to mention one ingredient, which will really help with the bite, and that is walnuts. So I take a bit more than a handful of walnuts and I will chop them into smaller pieces. You can make them as big or as small as you want to, but if you want to have them all over your banana bread, then I would recommend making them a bit smaller. You can also argue to just put more walnuts in there, but in the end it's banana bread, not walnut bread, in my opinion. But do whatever you prefer, it's your recipe. You will probably have to eat it unless you're coming to deliver it to me, which you can always do, I wouldn't mind. And then you add those walnuts to the batter. A handful of walnuts might not seem a lot, but trust me, in a banana bread you don't want to put much more unless you want it to be a walnut bread with a banana flavor, but that was not my aim. So you basically, this is my batter, and now you're almost there. I forgot to mention that I preheated my oven at 180 degrees. I will put this into a cake thingy, which I don't know the name of in English, but you all know what I mean. I'll show you before I put it in the oven. And then I'll put it 45 minutes to 1 hour in the oven. If you are not familiar with degrees, with grams or whatever, you want to have it in ounces and in Fahrenheit, drop me a message and I'll figure it out and send it to you. So why does my cake form look white? I want my banana bread to get out once I pull it out of the oven. And if you don't do this, then you risk that your banana bread is stuck in there, which would be a pity. So basically I take some butter to make it greasy, and then I just use some flour that I have left. I put a little bit in it and I switch it around, and what's left I just throw away. So now I am ready. Okay, if you have a sweet tooth, this thing, so the fork that's coming out of the banana, that will taste deliciously. If you're trying to be a fit girl and just eating every now and then a bit of sugar, I would recommend throw it straight away into the dishwasher or clean it immediately. So now, the big moment, putting it all in there. I'm already so much looking forward to this being done in like, my oven usually requires an hour, which is a pity, because obviously once I prepare it, I just want to eat it, but it's good for me that it takes a bit more time. I'm straightening it out now, and I'll put it in the oven. So it looks like this. I'll be back. For you it will seem like it's straight away, but for me it will take an hour, and I'll show you once I get it out of the oven. So I got my banana bread out of the oven. It looks great. I had it cool down for about 10 minutes. So I'm going to take it out. So I'm really curious if I succeeded. Oh, nice. Comes out straight away. So this is why you do the butter and flour on the bottom. And basically, this is a beautiful result. It tastes great. I'm not going to try it yet because tomorrow there's a weightlifting competition. when I post this has already happened probably, because editing is not one of my strong points. But I'm taking this basically with me for everyone who's participating and everyone from our box who's going to cheer on them. So I really hope they like it, and I'll let you know if I succeeded. So stay tuned. Next time I'll probably not do a cooking one. I'll maybe tell a bit about myself or something on sports. But stay tuned, and definitely let me know what you want me to talk about, or if there's any recipe in particular you're interested in. Just send me a message or DM, or let me know.